Will Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. That he's really an asshole. But I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you punish him?
Wow, wait. Just back up a second. Hang on.
I want to know
Will
what the punishment
Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always say.
Like the nicest, most wonderful. He's a liar. Complete, utter fraud. Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't. The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being, racist. Violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you commit a crime in front of other people, you get hauled out of there.
Yeah, but didn't you also sort of think, he's standing up for his missus? You didn't like that?
It doesn't matter. You can't hit another dude.
Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing good. I cannot complain myself. So as you guys just seen in that video clip, Rob Schneider gave his 2 cents on this Will Smith, Chris Rock slap that happened maybe some time ago at the Oscars. And as much off-putting as that clip was to watch in his interview, you gotta, he's right? You have to say that. If you're like a logical thinking person, like within reason, he even admits to being a part of the committee that handled that situation at the Oscars. And he basically was explaining how they handled it with kid gloves because they didn't want to, as he put it, come off as racist. I'm not too sure if that is I'm not too sure if that was the certain dialogue that was used, but that's how he summed it up. What I will say is, you would think someone who was a part of the Oscars panel that handled that situation wouldn't get on, I don't know, a public radio show, probably syndicated, and talk about that, right? It's not a movie. And you get people doing that all the time where they just expose whatever type of truths or knowledge they think they have, and because that's all they got at the end of the day. So you would think it would be some level of respect to even the Oscars, even to whatever he's doing. But in his day, you know what? Let's talk about Will Smith. That's what we're going to do. That is the most groundbreaking issue right now. Something that happened, I don't know how long ago, and people are moving away and on from it. But let's go ahead and reignite that. But I will say this. Yeah, it's kind of true. What he's saying is kind of true. What situation do you know? Well, there's many situations. We see them all the time. We see them all the time. However, okay, yeah, this situation may have been glaring. Okay, it was on national TV. Okay, and he goes up and slaps Chris Rock. A lot of people are going to feel indifferent towards this, and they, as you saw. But I will say that let's not act like this is the first time. We've seen worse. Okay, we've seen worse. And I mean, some things that happen in the world is very crazy, where you see people 100% in the wrong, and hey, these guys are, they're not being held up to the law, right? But in this situation, you have Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and I believe the local police department, they put out a statement, and that was it. That's pretty much all I heard. And maybe there were Schneider was a part of that committee, and they rolled out some basic criteria that he had to meet. I think he He's not allowed to go for like maybe 2 years or something like that. But that was pretty much it. And they just summed it up as, you know, it was like I don't know if it's like a private event, being that it was, you know, publicly aired, nationally aired, but they just chalked it up as that. Chris Rock didn't want to press any charges, so that was pretty much it at the end of the day. Certain situations, especially like if it's like domestic, like if whoever that person is that's getting beat on, they don't have to press charges. The state is gonna, you know what I'm saying? The state's gonna move forward with it. That's how it goes, right? I mean, nothing's set in stone at the end of the day. They could pick up on this right where they left off, like yesterday, and you know, people are gonna be up in arms about it. But it's something that happened. But I'm gonna say this. Yes, Will Smith, you can't go up and slap people, of course, right? Being that you are an actor, okay? Being that you are a human being, you're a person, and you have Chris Rock, the situation that you went through with your wife and her having this show on, you know what is one of the most, I'm gonna just put a pin in it, but you know what is one of the most embarrassing things? Just embarrassing. Like, you have this beautiful family, this beautiful wife, these beautiful kids. You're well respected. People love you. You're good in movies. You look nice. Everything's nice. And your family, your wife, the people that are closest to you, that love you, they get up and it's utter disrespect. It is something so foreign from like what people are like used to, you know, seeing you involved with, described as. Just and this person is not just like a normal, this person is the person that you chose to be your wife and have kids with, and like these are the people that like love, this is your immediate family we're talking about here. And to see them like treat you that way, it's almost like they're taking you down a peg or two. And it caught a lot of people's eyes, right? And to have, you know, because the height of, you know, of celebrity that he is, the height of that is glaring, and I can see that. But to have her do it, like, and it was really like a premiere-ish type of, you know, vibe with the whole Facebook Red Table Talk, and it had a lot of people. I mean, I really didn't tune in, but I would catch the clips because I just couldn't sit through. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sit through that long of a show to get the final product that I'm going to be seeing in a clip. It's just like, it wasn't worth it to me, because I know it was, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're like sitting next to some type of target and you're just letting people throw darts at you. You're sitting next to the dartboard and like you're just like waiting to see if you're going to get hit, and it's like, you know, you're going to get hit, you know what I'm saying? So to have her say all those things, just do all that stuff, and then like everybody's saying everything about it. You go to the Oscars and you think Chris Rock is not going to say nothing. Chris Rock is going to say something. He said something, and that was the final straw. And Will Smith was not standing down. He went up there, schmagged him, and not saying that's the right thing to do at all, but he went up there and slapped him, and everyone knew that was going to be what's the word I'm looking for? That was going to be what was next. That was the zenith. That was the height of Will Smith's frustration, anger. You know, these things are, come on, man. These things are natural. You like, I mean, come on. You tried to call his bluff, and it was just bad. You know, he was holding the whole time. So my thing is this. Everyone is kind of glossing over the fact that, you know, the things that basically he was saying, and I don't even think I don't think he even made a reference towards like, you know, what was going on with them in their marriage. I think it was like a G.I. Jane joke. It was like if you're in Bath and Body Works and you're like smelling, you know, what type of lotions or scents, candles, whatever you're gonna get, and then like, you know, you take around the can of coffee beans, so you can like, you know, it clears your nostrils, right? It clears your senses, right? Gives you a fresh, I don't want to say a fresh sense of smell, right? So you can like actually see the difference between each fragrance, or each not fragrance, each scented whatever, lotion, candles, or whatever. That was what it was like. You know what I'm saying? It was like back in time, back to reality. And he snapped. Because it was one of those things where, like, you know, you don't need much on that, man. On something like that, you don't need much. You just need somebody to toss it up there, nice and easy. You got the big stage. Everyone's dressed up. We know what's happening. Everyone's, well, nobody doesn't know. Everybody knows at this point what's going on in Will Smith's head. And just wrong. I mean, it was one of those things where, like, does Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith go to the Oscars and you say nothing to them, and you're Chris Rock? In what world does that happen in? And then, like, especially of, you know, you're getting, it's a possibility that you're going to win. And he won an Oscar. We're not even talking about the situation that happened between them. He's going to tell a joke. I mean, we can get odds on this, right? I wouldn't say it's 100% sure, but the odds are out on it. And he hit Chris Rock. So that's what happened or whatever. But for, you know, Rob Schneider to come out and say this, probably a little bit distasteful, yeah. But when you sit down and you actually think about it, like, hey, those things do happen. It's like one of those weird quirks in the world, and that it happens. And, you know, I don't want to hold my tongue, because you never know what may happen. But it's just like, yeah, it's true. What he said was true. Do I feel indifferent to it? 100%. Like, I can't even accept it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, it's true, it makes sense, but just people don't accept that. People don't accept certain things. You go to the Oscars. You just went through a lot with your wife, you know, your family, and then this guy says, you know, he makes a G.I. Jane joke, and really, when you think about it, like in deep thought, really wasn't much, but I mean, it was super hiding, and people were like, nah, it's just one of those things. I wanted to talk about that because very interesting. This is like literally this is one of many times where I'm just like completely indifferent. It's just like, I can agree with what he's saying, but the ethos of the situation, the feelings, you know, are different. So it's just like, you know, the results that kind of happen, pretty much, you know, I think it's satisfactory. Maybe things could have went a different way, another way. Maybe that would have, you know, been better. But hey, it's one of those things that you can't really go back and change. But hey, guys, if you like this type of content, you should consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe if this is like the second time you've watched a channel. If this is the second time you have watched a video on my channel, go ahead and subscribe now. Okay. Peace, guys. I'm out.